Good morning. I'm so pleased to have you all join us here in chapel this morning, both here and in your homes. My name is Cora Dyer, and I would like to thank Dwight Beery for the beautiful piano music and Stan Beery for taking care of our technical service. We're delighted to have Susan Dyer as our speaker today, a resident of Timbercrest, who moved here from Nashville, Tennessee, where she was a long-time chaplain in the Vanderbilt University Medical System. She'll tell you more about that. We'll be singing our hymn after Susan speaks today, so if you want to put your finger in the hymnal on page 327, Great is Thy Faithfulness is what we'll be singing, and we'll be singing the first and third verses, page 327.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me okay? All right. Thank you for gathering on this beautiful, cold, snowy morning. It's so good to be with each of you. And now I ask us to gather together with our hearts as we look toward the God of graciousness and the God of compassion. May the meditations of our hearts be acceptable unto you, gracious God. I invite you to listen with me to this Epiphany reflection by the Reverend Dr. Sandra Tolbert of Fairfield Missionary Baptist Church in Nashville, Tennessee. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations. Imagine waking after a long, restless night. The burdens of yesterday linger. But as dawn breaks, light slowly fills your room. Nothing outside has really changed yet. And you can see again. That's the power of new mercies. God does not wait for my circumstances or your circumstances to change or to improve before offering a renewal. Each morning arrives carrying grace sufficient the day ahead. I just have to say that again. Each morning arrives carrying grace sufficient for our day ahead. Well, Epiphany Light, it works the same way. It does not deny the darkness. It reveals a way through it. Epiphany is the season of revealing light. The moment God's truth breaks in, illumines your path, my path, and invites us to see differently. In Romans 12, which I've just read, the Apostle Paul calls believers not merely to resist conformity, but to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Renewal here is not passive. It is an intentional reorientation of our thinking, our values, and our commitments toward God's will. This renewed mind becomes the ground from which radical transformation grows, both personally and communally. When our minds are renewed, guess what? Our lives begin to reflect God's justice, mercy, and love in tangible ways. This renewed mind becomes the ground from which radical transformation grows, both permanently, personally, and communally. When our minds are renewed, our lives begin to reflect God's justice, mercy, and love in tangible ways. Lamentations 3 tells us that this sort of transformation and love anchors our transformation in hope. I don't know about you, but there are many, many days when I lose track of hope. Sometimes it's because I have moved into a completely new community and left Nashville, where I was for 50 years. I could not believe it had been that long. Sometimes it's for health reasons, and sometimes it just is as I grow older. Hope. Spoken from a place of grief and devastation, the text in Lamentations declares a bold truth. Great is your faithfulness. God's mercies are not exhausted by yesterday's failures and suffering or today's fear. And there are many days I seem like I'm afraid of everything. They are new every morning. Transformation, renewal is not a once-a-year event. It is God's daily gift to you and to me. So, to renew my mind and your mind in this new year of 2026, and to renew our commitment to God, can we release patterns of thinking shaped by fear, scarcity, or despair today? Can I receive God's truth about who we are and whose we are? Can we respond by aligning my choices, priorities, and practices with God's justice-seeking love? A renewed mind leads to renewed action. When I think differently, I live differently, advocating for justice, practicing compassion, and participating in God's transformative work in the world. As you step into today and tomorrow and each new day of this year, 2026, rest assured, you don't have to rely on yesterday's strength, because God's mercy meets you and me fresh at each and every morning, right on time. Will you pray with me? Faithful God, we thank you for the light of Epiphany that reveals truth and invites our transformation. Renew our minds as we renew our commitment to you. Free each of us from patterns that no longer serve our purpose, your purpose in our lives. Transform us by your Spirit, that we may be agents of justice, of love, and hope, just for today. Thank you for mercies that are new every morning and faithfulness that never fails. As this new day dawns, we place our trust in you, our portion, our hope, our God. Amen. is all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning to morning, thy mercies I see. Did thy hand has provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord God, to me. And now, send each of us out into the world to do the work that you have given each of us to do. For today and tomorrow, we will ask again.